Hello everyone and welcome to the Smashy Business Show. Today is Tuesday, April 29, 2025. I'm Abdul Majid Awan.
And I'm Warid Ahmed, and we have a great show for you today. Firstly, we're going to be discussing how Dubai has become the first certified autism destination in the Eastern Hemisphere. Secondly, UAE-based Zest has raised $4.3 million in pre-Series A funding. And thirdly, Bahrain-born Saudi-HQed Calo has expanded into the UK. And finally, Etihad CEO says Trump's tariffs have no effect whatsoever on the airline.
So starting with the first story, very big story coming out of Arabian travel market. The first day was yesterday. Today is the second day. Dubai has become the first certified autism destination in the Eastern Hemisphere. That means a lot of European countries, a lot of Asia, a lot of Australia. The announcement was made by Issam Kazim, CEO of the Dubai Corporation for Tourism and Commerce Marketing during the opening day of Arabian Travel Market 2025. The certification is a major step in the city's mission to promote accessible tourism, aligning with the Dubai Economic Agenda D33.
Now, the recognition comes from the International Board of Credentialing and Continuing Education Standards, or IBCCES. It follows a citywide collaboration with key entities, including Dubai Airports, Emirates Airline, Dubai Holding, and Dubai Entertainment. Now, the certification highlights Dubai's commitment to making travel inclusive for individuals with autism and their families.
Kazim noted that this achievement reflects Dubai's global leadership in accessibility and innovation. He also tied the announcement to the theme of ATM 2025, that's Arabian Travel Market, Global Travel, Developing Tomorrow's Tourism through Enhanced Connectivity. The theme mirrors Dubai's broader tourism strategy, which blends technological advancement with inclusivity.
Now, Kazim added that Dubai's resolve to enhance accessible tourism continues to grow, reinforcing its vision to be the best city in the world to visit, live, and work in. With this recognition, Dubai strengthens its role in shaping the future of global tourism.
Very interesting news.
I think it's so beautiful. I remember it first started with Emirates Airlines, where we actually heard about this.
They are training their staff, I think, everyone, not even not only the air hostesses or the people, also the ground staff. They're training everyone to become autism certified. Also, if I remember correctly, DXP has a special section where these people of determination can go and spend their time. They have silent rooms and all that.
But
so there's less sensory sensitivity.
What you just said is what I was going to bring up, Majid. Did you guys notice how he called them people of determination?
Yeah.
So that's actually the term that the UAE uses for people who have autism, and it's that term, people for determination. I remember there was this one time, Majid, I was speaking to this NHS doctor in the UK, and I was just describing something to her, and I'm like, people who have determination, and she was like, what's that? And then I explained it to her, and I'm like, and she told me, as a doctor, she respected it so much, and she found it to be so beautiful because of the fact that, that term in itself, it expresses so much. I think, that these are capable people, that, they have a whole life ahead of them, and we see this in how just very recently, this father in the UAE, he established this this cafe called 21 Cafe, and he opened it in Al Ghurair, and it's such a beautiful story because it's a father who wanted better for his son. So that's the kind of cafe that he opened, and basically the entire cafe is run by people who have autism,
who have Down syndrome.
Oh, Down syndrome.
Autism, Down syndrome. That is why it has the name 21, because the 21 everyone has 23 pairs of chromosomes. People with Down syndrome on their 21st chromosome, they have an abnormality. That is why they have Down syndrome. It's been identified. So that is why he kept the name as 21 Cafe. That's a very interesting, scientific plus emotional story. And they're trying to open more cafes, but this one has caught the eye of the world. Everyone has gone there. We'll try to go there someday. If I'm at near or at Al Ghurair Center, I'll definitely go and we'll definitely try to talk to some people. Let's see how the story goes. It's a very interesting story. But apart from that, just realized I was looking at something. Dubai has launched the world's first digital smart card also dedicated to tourists of determination. So it's not only for the people who are here, it's also for the people who come and visit Dubai. So tourists of determination. The thing is that with that card, they'll get exclusive privileges, including free services. They can go to the metro, show the card, free metro rides, free entry to a lot of parks which come under Dubai Parks and Authority. So a lot of free things for people of determination. So it's like if you have someone with you who's traveling to the UAE and Dubai, and they're the people of determination, their ride is free. Their everything is free.
They do.
Yeah.
And by the way, even the RTA, there's actually a specific card that you can get. I
Yeah.
forgot the name of the card, but basically all your rides are for free.
Yeah.
All of them are for
I-
free, and even on Etisalat, by
I
the way.
remember the very first time I saw this happening was in Dubai Festival City. I was coming out to get a taxi, and I saw a big van type thing come, and then there was this woman in the wheelchair, and that guy came, parked the whole van, opened the door, and then there was this whole slide which came out, and that woman actually got inside the van, and she got settled, and then they closed the door. So they have special cars for people who are not like physically impaired. Also, hi Kirby, how are you? Welcome to the studio. But yeah, so UAE, the very first thing when you notice when you come to UAE, you go to any building, you'll see a ramp. And that is for the people of determination and impaired people who can't walk, are on wheelchairs. It's very nice to see that. You don't see it in your country, I think. No, right?
No.
I
No,
go
you
to
don't.
banks in my country and there's only like 5 stairs, and I'm like, how is anyone else supposed to be there? So there's always guards or someone helping, picking people up to go up. But yeah, UAE, to be honest, very, very nice, very accessible city if you're a person a person of determination.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And there's also a lot of accessible funding in this region. Now, Zest Equity, a UAE-based digital infrastructure platform for private market transactions, has raised $4.3 million in pre-Series A funding. Now, the round was led by Process Ventures with participation from Morgan Stanley, Inclusive, and Sustainable Ventures. The funding marks a major milestone for the company as it looks to scale its operations across the GCC.
Founded in 2021, Zest Equity aims to simplify complex private market transactions by offering digital execution infrastructure. The platform is designed for deals under $100 million, an underserved segment typically overlooked by large investment banks. So far, Zest Equity has facilitated over $155 million in transaction value across more than 115 deals.
Now, co-founders Zuhair Shamma and Rawan Badour say the funding will support expansion in Saudi Arabia and the UAE, along with investments in talent, product development, and scaling their tech infrastructure. Now, Process Ventures said Zest is building the fabric that brings together private markets and emerging economies.
And Zest Equity's first product simplifies transaction execution by grouping stakeholders into a single legal vehicle known as an SPV. With growing momentum and strategic backing, the platform is positioning itself as a key player in digitizing private capital markets across the region. It's a very nice startup. It's the only interesting thing about this was that they don't work with deals which are above 100 million. And I was like, why won't you? And then I read the motto and the whole idea. Their plan is that there are people who have smaller setups and they want to sell it. They want to find private investment. We'll facilitate them because the bigger fish is always with bigger banks. So it's easier and it's a very untapped market, I think.
Is it founded by women?
Yeah, it's a one man and one woman team.
Okay,
So
okay.
Zuhair Shamma is the woman and the other guy is, I had to find their nationalities, but I think most probably with their name, one of them sounds Jordanian or Lebanese. The guy is Arab 100%. Well, Zuhair Shama, it's a very common name in India and Pakistan.
Really?
So yeah, let's see.
To be honest with you, I assumed that too. I was like, they're either
Yeah.
South Asian or
Yeah.
they're Shami. But anyways, just another startup that is doing really well. Saudi-headquartered food tech startup Calo has expanded into the United Kingdom with the acquisition of 2 local meal delivery brands, not one, but 2, Fresh Fitness Food and Detox Kitchen. Now, the move marks Calo's first major international expansion outside the Gulf region, following rapid growth across Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Kuwait, and Qatar.
Founded in Bahrain in 2019, Calo has delivered over 10 million meals in 2024 alone. Its UK entry follows a 25 million Series B round earlier this year, led by Nova Capital and backed by STV, Saudi company. Nova and STV both are Saudi, and Khwarizmi Ventures, valuing the startup at $250 million. That's like 1/4 of a unicorn. They are 1/4 of a unicorn right now. Fresh Fitness Food customers will be transitioned to Calo in May, while Detox Kitchen customers are already being integrated.
Now, Calo's UK General Manager, Casper Rose, said the acquisition is not just about consolidation, but evolution, aiming to make healthy eating more accessible. Now, meals will start at €11 per day, prepared daily in London and delivered either by Calo's own fleet or through DPDs nationwide. Now, the company is also exploring the launch of its own UK-wide delivery network.
And lastly, Calo's founder and CEO Ahmed Al-Rawi described the UK as a key market in their global ambitions, with a $100 million plus annualized revenue run rate. Calo plans further expansion into Europe and the United States, aiming to become one of the world's leading healthy food brands within the next decade. And just coming out of Bahrain and now headquartered in Saudi.
I think, you know what it also is with the Calo, Majid? It's the founders. I mean, the founders, they're such go-getters. You have Ahmed and then you have Muayyad. The entire idea for Calo, it actually started with Ahmed. Muayyad is the investor that later came in, and you know, they joined forces and they created what they have today. But you know, I was listening to their podcast with Solef Business, and basically what they were saying, it's that, you know, it would be selfish for us not to expand such a great product and give it to the world. And I think that kind of thinking, I think that somebody else might listen to that and think, wow, you know, that sounds really arrogant, but it's that energy that they have. They have this very infectious energy of, you know, we're going to keep serving quality and we're going to keep expanding that quality. And I think something that stood out to me that they said about food was that, you know, with food, it's just, it goes 2 ways. It's either healthy or it tastes really good, but it's really bad for you. It honestly, he made a really good point. A lot of people say that healthy food does not taste good.
Yeah.
And, you know, they said that what they're trying to do is that they're trying to meet both of that. They're trying to make healthy food for people that also tastes good. And I think the fact that they're expanding into the UK market, you know, of course it does speak to the success of Calo, but for me, it speaks to Ahmed and Muayyad's success and just the collaborative spirit that they have together, Majid. I mean,
very difficult when there's 2 people who are working.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We do see competition in certain cases, but with these 2, I think it's the perfect relationship because of the fact that one of them is solely like, you know, business, and the other one is an investor Muayyad, who's really good at scaling businesses.
Yeah.
Where did I watch this? I remember when I was at Step Dubai at the conference, and I was watching this. This panel between Michael, the founder of Property what's it called? Property Finder?
Yeah, Property
right?
Finder.
And there was this other guy, Majid. I feel like you'd know his name. It's his investor.
Completely forgot, yeah.
It's his investor, and I just, one second. Let me get his name right now. I think that I would definitely remember this. Yes, Dani Farha. So basically, when I was watching the panel between Dani Farha and Michael Lahyan, I remember Dani is basically the investor in this case, and Michael, that's his idea. You know, that's what he wanted, and he asked Danny to invest in him. And I remember Danny Farhan was basically saying that for a business to be successful, the investor and the founder, the kind of relationship that they have with each other, it's almost like a marriage. You need to have a very honest relationship with each other to grow the kind of business that you have. And
like
I feel
marriage,
like
you'll have a lot of fights as
and,
well.
and I feel like that's the case that we're seeing here with Ahmed and Muayyad. So I'm just really happy to see that, especially for me, Majid, like as an Arab, the fact that this was founded in Bahrain, it expanded to Saudi, it expanded to the UAE, and now we're seeing it in the UK, and they have 2 acquisitions. I mean, this is Arab success at its best, and we're seeing it right in front of us, and it's really telling you that Arabs can take on any field and be the best at it. I think for me, that's what it's a testament of. Perhaps I'm a bit biased, but this is completely good news for me.
Whenever any country in the world develops, their economy develops, you see stars coming out in the form of businesses and entrepreneurs, and this is what is happening. Middle East as a region, countries like Saudi, UAE, Egypt to an extent, Qatar, Kuwait, they're becoming bigger, their economies are becoming bigger, so the entrepreneurial spirit is quite attached to a country's development. And that is why we're seeing them expand and take over so many things. Talking about taking over, Trump has taken over the world. Everything is about, every day you see something about tariffs. But recently at Arabian travel market, Reuters caught with Etihad Airways CEO, and he says Etihad Airways, basically Abu Dhabi owned by ADQ, remains unfazed by the market turmoil following U.S. President Donald Trump's recently announced tariff policies. Speaking to Reuters, CEO Antonaldo Neves confirmed that the Abu Dhabi-based airline has maintained strong seat occupancy levels despite fears of global economic slowdown.
Now, Nerves added that Etihad views the current volatility as an opportunity for growth rather than a threat, backed by Abu Dhabi's $225 billion sovereign wealth fund, ADQ. The airline is pushing ahead with its expansion plans, expecting to add between 20 to 22 new aircrafts this year.
And Etihad's financial position also provides a significant advantage, with 60% of its fleet fully paid off. This flexibility enables the airline to manage costs effectively in case of an economic downturn. A stronger euro also could further boost European tourist arrivals, so Dubai will not lose anything even if the tariffs are implemented, giving additional momentum to Etihad's operations.
Looking ahead, Etihad plans to expand its fleet to over 170 aircrafts by 2030 and fly to more than 125 destinations worldwide. The airline remains committed to supporting Abu Dhabi's vision of becoming a major global travel hub, even as it closely monitors global economic developments. I think this is a really good example of them preparing ahead. And I feel like I've seen this with a lot of companies lately who are saying that no, right now the tariffs are not going to affect us because we have stock.
And even if they do, we have a backup plan. The funny quote about him was, he said, what if tariffs come into place? I'll park my planes and I'll save 70% cost. Because when the planes are flying, there's fuel cost, operations cost, cleaning, blah, blah, maintenance. He's like, I own all of them. I own 60% of my fleet. I'll just put them to rest. So that's the plan. Recently, we also did a story about Qatar Airways CEO. He also said that they have such a huge deposit of extra parts and maintenance parts and all the stuff that an airplane needs, that they can survive the tariffs for at least 1 year.
Yeah.
So imagine these guys have built up a stockpile of everything, and they have survival for at least 1 year. At least 1 year. So even if the global economy goes to recession somehow, when the Trump tariffs pause ends after 90 days, and they come into effect eventually, these guys are prepared. So that's very nice proactive planning that you only see when you have a very developed economy, which is the Middle East right now.
And if you guys want to know more about the Middle East, make sure to tune in with Smashy Business. That's a wrap for today. Make sure to follow us across all social media channels at Smashy Business and stay ahead with our daily newsletter. You'll find the subscription link in the description.
This has been a Smashy Business show, a Smashy Business production, part of the Augustus Media Podcast Network. A big shout out to our 1.5 million monthly listeners across all platforms. You make this possible. If you're one of them, we appreciate you. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.